Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming, and today we're going to have a look at Ultra Necrozma. Now the attack that we're really interested in with this guy is Photon Geyser, which for a Metal and Psychic Engie does 20 base damage, but does an extra 80 damage for each Psychic Engie attached to this guy. The only downside, you've got to discard them when you use this attack. But that's okay, because we've got a Malamar Psychic Recharge Engine, which allows us to recycle our Psychic Engines from our discard pile, attaching them to one of our bench Pokemon. The other attack that we do get off in this is Sky Scorching Light GX, where, as long as there's a total of 6 or less prize cards remaining, you get to put 6 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So, if they've got fodder sitting on the bench, you can get easy prize cards this way, and you can see that in an upcoming game. So what else have we got here? Well, I want to experiment with this build. I'm going to do other builds with this as well, but I want to experiment to see whether Starmie could fit within this deck. So Starmie brings two things. The first thing he brings is free retreat, but I wouldn't be bringing Starmie in for his free retreat because there's better basic Pokemon that I could bring in for free retreat. So the other reason I'm bringing Starmie in is for his Strange Wave attack, which allows us to search for up to 3 Water or Psychic Engies, obviously we're going for Psychic Engies here, and then attach them to one of our bench Pokemon, powering up our Photon Geyser attack really nicely here. And if we need to take down a really big hefty Pokemon, this is a really good way to get the Engies onto our Ultra Necrozma ready to go for the next turn. But the other good thing with this is it's getting the energies into play. Now, sometimes in the early game, you might not be able to get enough Psychic Engies into the discard to power up your Ultra Necrozma. That's where Starmie comes in. So we're just experimenting with this Starmie build and seeing how it goes. The other things that we've got here is we've got a couple of Giratina, which is really for our one prize card trading decks, where we need to trade 1 for 1 rather than, trading 1 for 2 with our Ultra Necrozmas. And the Giratina with Distortion Door, he just rescue stretches himself straight to the field, and with the upside of adding damage counters to the opponent's bench Pokemon. Really handy indeed. We've also got the Dawnwings Necrozma here because of his invasion ability, which allows us to switch into the active at any stage. And we've got a Marshadow-GX, which is just a fighting Pokemon to, counter those decks that have fighting weakness, which is quite relevant. So that's the deck. We've got plenty of switching as well going on with a couple of Tate Liza and a couple of Guzma, as well as obviously the Dawnwings ability and a couple of switch cards as well. So that's the deck. Shall we see how we go? I think we shall. Hello, Leo 1987. Welcome. Alright, now this is a bit of a question. Do I want Giratina up front or Ultra Necrozma? I mean, your retreat cost isn't great, but I've got to switch. I'll reluctantly put Giratina. Ultra Necrozma down the back line. Alright, that ticking clock would be good if it went. There we go. And I can't attack right now, so we're going to chuck a Steel Engie on the Ultra Necrozma. I think we'll draw a card here and just see what I get myself into. A Mysterious Treasure, so that was a good draw. And right here, we show Mysterious Treasure away the Psych Engie and start getting set up the Inkay line. I might actually switch anyway. Just because I'm a Psych Engie away from being able to take that Vulpix out next turn. And I also want a Marshadow if I can. So, chuck a Choice Band down on the Ultra Necrozma. We'll Nest Ball just to start thinning a little bit. And I'm thinking we go and get ourselves an Inkay. And with a second Nest Ball, maybe pull in that Staryu line. Although, do I have Ultra Necrozma? Dawnwings Necrozma. I do. Don't have a second Ultra Necrozma, that's a bit disappointing. Do I have the Starmie here? I do have that. What's going to be more important? I'm thinking the Dawn Wings at this stage. But next turn, maybe not. We're going to pull in a Staryu. That's what we're going to do. And from here, we'll draw a card. See what I get myself. Another Inkay. Do I want a third Inkay down right now? Probably not. I'm thinking no. So I'm pretty happy with that setup. I want to leave that final bench spot for a Marshadow play. Because we've got this Vulpix this turn. But I want to wait till next turn because this Vulpix is clearly going to beacon. Alright, so we've got the Gyarados deck. Which is going to be dangerous because I'm only going to be taking one prize card at a time. So it could be awkward as time goes on. I could have to flip this to be a Giratina deck. That could be a thing I'm going to have to do. Trying to find myself a Marshadow in the next play would be really good. Or top decking a Judge. I'll take top decking a Judge as well. Did not top deck the Judge. So we'll go Psychic Energy down in the Ultra Necrozma. I'm thinking we can... No, because I want the Marshadow spot. So we shall chuck this down on a Giratina. And we shall shuffle. Did not get my way into a Marshadow, unfortunately. So that is what it is. So this could be very awkward from next turn onwards. So I don't want a Viridian Forest right now, but I don't really want him setting up either. I can pull a Marshadow in GX. But that... No, I don't. No, I don't want to. And... Can't hit these guys on the bench, unfortunately. Which is disappointing. But I can't use my GX move anyway. We'll Photo Geyser. Take out this Vulpix. Take a prize card. See what I get myself into. Another Cynthia. It is unfortunate I wasn't able to land that Marshadow, so we're going to have two Gyaradoses up. And they are going to take a bit of resources to get them out of here. Going to have all Gyaradoses up. So I'm hoping he whiffs a little bit. Or whiffs. On his Distilled Blast. Okay, another Vulpix up. Assuming this is try and thin a little bit. Mind you, if he doesn't evolve the Vulpixes, they could be good fodder sitting on a bench. He's got 5 Water Energies. Less than ideal. Barely survived that. So right here, I think I have to attach to... Thinking probably Giratina at this stage, although nah, it has to be the Ultra Necrozma. I've got really no choice here. Chuck to the Ultra Necrozma. We have to fresh the hand. We shall chuck the Viridian Forest down. Although I could pull the Acerola here, but that's too late now. So Cynthia, just because I've already committed the energy to the Ultra Necrozma. Go Starmie for a free retreater on the next turn. Still no Malamars in sight, so that's not good for me. We shall go and pull in a Psychic Energy for it. Yeah, I think so. That'll do for the moment. And right here, we're just going to Photo Geyser. Just hit into the Gyarados for the moment. To at least bring it within a 1 prize card shot of this Giratina here. Oust my stadium immediately. It's unfortunate. But at least right now, I can use the Starmie up front for a free retreat. And we're now trying to find our way. What have I got in here? A couple of Cynthias, that's it. Trying to find our way into Malamars. That's really what we're trying to find our way into here. It's what we need. So, Cynthia. Alright, finally got our way into some Malamar. So, what do I oust at the moment? Think we shall oust a Nestball and Rescue Stretcher. Is that my way to play this? Definitely oust the Rescue Stretcher. Go and get myself the first of the Malamars. We shall Ultra Ball away the Viridian Forest for the moment. Get ourselves the second of the Malamars. Because that's going to be ultra important to have any hope of keeping up with this. So, we shall Psychic Recharge, go and chuck a NG onto the Giratina. Psychic Recharge, NG onto the Giratina. Got the Lily to draw on the next turn. We'll retreat out to the Giratina here. And that's about all I'm doing. Who am I putting the damage on? Do I really test how much water energy's in his deck? We'll just chuck it onto the Malamar for the moment. Want to see really how much water energy's in his deck. Or in her deck. I mean, she's already able to thin it a couple of times with a couple of these Gyarados attacks. So Rescue Stretching back. Please put it in your deck. Yeah, putting it in your deck. I hope they're on your next attack here. Although you're going to bring the Magikarp straight out. Unfortunately, the Brooklet Hill's in. 5, bugger. This is painful. But, Starmie up. We shall use our Distortion Door. And we'll chuck it on the 2 Gyaradoses on the back line here. So we are going to fall majorly behind the prize race. Do want her to put down another Vulpix, because that would be really good as well. We are going to chuck a Metal Energy onto the Giratina here, just because that allows me to attack here. We'll Lily up. And we shall use our Psychic Recharges first to set up a Giratina. So Psychic Recharge to the Giratina. I mean, the other way to think about this though is to go and get the Ultra Necrozma. Hope he can last an attack and then pull him with an Acerola. That could be a play to think about as well. But right now, let's just retreat out to the Giratina. And for the moment, we shall leave it just there. So we shall use Shadow Impact, chuck it onto this Malamar just in here for the moment. I'm hoping she whiffs eventually. I mean, she has to have 7 cards. And she only needs 5 or 4. So I need her to get 3 water energies somehow. Good, we do see the other Alolan Vulpix hit. So that could be good for me. Nut 5 again. It's unfortunate. So she is ahead of the prize card race at this stage. Can get 2. So now I've got the question of, do I Guzma first or second? I mean, there's a chance of a double prize card pull, but that only gets me 3 to 1. Nah, let's just Giratina now. I mean, hang on, let me think about this through. It's getting me 3 prize cards no matter what. So let's just Giratina now. We'll refresh the hand. We'll chuck it on these 2. We shall use our psychic recharges here. I do need to keep the metal energy if I'm going to use Ultra Necrozma's GX attack. Which means I have to risk a Cynthia here. With potentially minimal energies left in deck. I don't want to chuck a Dawn Wings down. Just because I have a feeling she might be sweating on waiting for me to play something. I think if we chuck the Beast Energy on the Giratina at the moment, that's fine by me to do something like that. Although no, I'm fine because I've got the Beast Energy in hand. No matter what I do, there's no way to get the prize cards that I need other than hoping that I can last an attack from this Gyarados. So we'll retreat out, we'll go to the Giratina, and right now I don't want to bring anything else on the field. We should Shadow Impact. We'll go 4 damage onto this Malamar right now. I am kind of hoping that I've got an Ultra Necrozma still. Okay, I didn't have it in deck. Luckily I pulled it. I mean, put another Vulpix or something down. That would be good for me. Just some other fodder that I can get to. Yes. Yes. His own attack. 6 damage on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Alright. I'm pretty sure I'm out of jail. Pretty sure I'm out of jail here. So Ultra Necrozma will Beast Energy onto you. We shall Psychic Recharge onto you. We'll chuck the double on there, why not? But we are going with the GX attack. So we'll retreat out to the Ultra Necrozma. And we shall GX. And that is game. That is game. Does this ignore... I have a feeling that ignores the ability there. Wow, that is a way to get out of jail. Good game, good game. Hello for Cav, and welcome to Ultra Necrozma, who's going to go down first. Don't know if I want the Marshadow down at the moment. We shall wait. Alright, we've got judges, we've got counter gains, so counter energies, so I'm assuming this is some kind of stall or damage spread, and is expecting to go down in the prize cards. Yep. Draw a card. Do I want Marshadow down? I'm tempted to chuck him down. Although, at the moment he's useless to me because I got nothing in the discard, so damage spread is the variant that we're playing here. Chuck a Choice Band down on the Ultra Necrozma, chuck a Beast Energy down the Ultra Necrozma, so he is within one shot at the moment. Do I want to chuck a Viridian Forest down for him? I don't think I do. Although I'm going to. Yards that is I'm going to, and we are going to discard just this Psychic Energy in here, and draw myself another Psychic Energy. And we'll Lily up now for 4. See what I get myself into. We could Marshadow him, try and get him really stuck, or potentially stuck. We do need an Inkay. So we are going to go and pull ourselves an Inkay, although do we have the Starmie as well? We do have the Starmie option, which starting to set up that I think I like. So that's what we're going to do here. And we shall chuck a Choice Band down just because I want to thin. And what else do I want down here? Dawn Wings. Do I want Giratina in play? I don't get no value for putting Giratina down right now. But I do want to because I'm going to thin. So we're going to play the Marshadow down. And see whether I can get my opponent pretty stuck. And we've got a switch card as well, which is really good. I got a Mysterious Treasure, which I don't... I need to go and get the Inkay at some point, but right now... I don't know if I want to play that. Play the Mysterious Treasure, not to play the Mysterious Treasure. Right now we'll leave it. Right now we'll leave it. It's because I don't want to put too much on the bench at the same time. We've got to be worried about that with damage spread. Alright, so we do have, wow, so Passimian deck. And that Marshadow helped my opponent massively. And it's also able to get damage spread down, so that's unfortunate for me. So the Marshadow was a complete waste of time for me. But I do have the KO on the Flying Flip on the next turn. We'll go and get the Starmie set up. I'm thinking that we get rid of the Viridian Forest. I like keeping that in the deck just in case. So we'll go and get the Starmie down. Gives me a free retreater as well. And buys me an extra turn on the Flying Flips. We don't want to switch at this stage. We just need to Cynthia, refresh the hand, and see what I get myself into after that. Want to be very careful about how much I'm putting down onto the bench. So we are going to get rid of at this stage the Pal Pad. We'll get rid of the Pal Pad and we'll go and get ourselves a Psychic Energy. Chuck it down on the Ultra Necrozma. I do need to go and get myself an Inkay set up. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and get ourselves an Inkay set up because that's too important. So Inkay, come down. And right here, we're going to fight a Geyser. Get rid of the Tapu Lele, which does allow him to use all of his counter stuff. It's got the Anti-Prism Star as well. It's going to Rescue Stretcher back to Tapu Lele, I'm guessing, to give him that free retreat. And try and damage spread some more. At least potentially. It's going to Ultra Ball away, get himself another Passimian, I'm guessing. I mean, the other option might be to go in more Giratina heavy. That might be a way to play this instead. So his deck has been rolling really well so far. He's going to go with damage spread again. Alright. And add a shrine to it as well. Okay. It's going to spread a little bit more. And that does concern me, the more that this happens. So we shall switch to the Starmie here. And then Lily. We shall get rid of the Marshadow because that's not going to be useful for us in this particular match. And we'll go and get myself the Malamar. And we'll get the Malamar down. We will Psychic Recharge at this stage to the Ultra Necrozma. And I reckon we'll start setting up Giratina. I'm liking Giratina a little bit more than I'm liking Dawnwings at the moment. I'm thinking I might have to Acerola the Dawnwings out at some point. So I'm having a feeling I might have to do. Although it could be an Acerola of the Ultra Necrozma. Not 100% sure. We'll put the Psych Energy down on the Giratina. We shall retreat out to the Ultra Necrozma. And we will Photo Geyser into the Tapu Koko. Take out the KO. And I'm thinking we might be... the Ultra Necrozma is probably down here. That's the only downside. I'm assuming the Ultra Necrozma is down here. DCE away from that happening. Which could make things more awkward. DCE or the counter NG. Got an Ultra Ball. So he doesn't have the energy at this stage by the looks. Got all the Passimians down. And he's going to instruct hoping into that energy. Rescue Stretcher first. Put him into the deck. Instruct for 3, hoping for an NG. And if he whiffs on the NG, that'll be really, really fortunate for me. Although I've got to work out how I'm getting the NG. Alright, he doesn't whiff on the NG, so that is Ultra Necrozma down. And I've got to now work out how I am attacking. So Starmie goes down. I need to find my way into an NG card here. Don't find my way into an NG card and I've got no draw support right now. So the Psychic Recharge goes to the Giratina. I think this is where I'm just going to fall behind on the prize card race and there's not a lot that I can do about it. Beyond try and get him stuck. I could try to get him stuck by bringing up the Oranguru. I think that's what we do. We put the Marshadow at the front for the moment. So anything I want to Nest Ball out. I don't think there's anything that I really want to Nest Ball right now for. Maybe other than another Inkay. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go and get ourselves another Inkay here. And we shall leave it there. There's nothing more that I can do. I need to pull out my Dawnwings. And I'm probably going to be a Giratina focused deck from here on out. It's got the Guzma to counter. That's unfortunate. Going after the Malamar here. So it's only giving up one prize card, which does give me an outside chance to keep up. Although he's not... That's funny, he's not... He's not behind anymore. So I kind of want to Yeah, this works, this works. What I do here is I use the invasion with the Dawn Wings. I then Acerola the Dawn Wings out of here. And get you out. Chuck the Giratina back up front. And chuck this Giratina down because I need to set up another Giratina desperately. So we'll go and get that Psychic Energy down onto this Giratina. And we shall Shadow Impact and just chuck it on yourself because if he's got the KO, he's got the KO. Find me an energy card, please. Oh, no, it didn't. Alright, I go back in front of the prize card race again. And we largely become a one prize card sort of trading deck if we can with the Giratinas. Do need to get the second Malamar up. So the Mysterious Treasure is actually okay because I can pull a second Malamar up here. Although he's going with the magical swap play by the looks of things. Which means he... Okay, so he's whiffed at the moment. I think getting the second Malamar is super important for the future. But I'd say right now that's what we're getting. No matter what. So we'll go and get the second Malamar up here. So unfortunately I'm putting a lot of damage onto this Giratina. Which I'm just going to have to do for the moment. I know there's a magical swap coming. Which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So is there 180 damage on the board? Yeah, there is. But if he does take out both Malamars, there is still an out for me. Because I can take out the Tapu Lele on the next play. I do need to play a Pokemon down. That'll be something I'm going to need to do. And I can still manually set up the Giratina. But he's going to cripple my engine and make this really difficult for me. So he's pulling Passimians back from the discard. So this magical swap is going to hurt. And I'm assuming the Malamars are going down. I'm assuming that's who he's going to target. I hope he targets the Giratina. Thank you! I wonder if he goes after the Starmie. Nah, he's going to go after the Malamar. Which makes sense. But he can't get a KO there. Can he? 60... Oh no, he can. He can just KO one Malamar. Alright, which does make it more difficult for me to set up. But not impossible. And I've got the free retreater in Starmie. I like having the Starmie in this deck. Adds versatility. Alright, so he gets 2 KOs, evens up the prize card race. I get a KO here, he gets the KO back. I'm just thinking theories here. So, Starmie becomes my active. I think I need to try and get myself set up another Inkay. But to do that, I have to oust my Viridian Forest, which could be a little bit too crucial to oust right now. So onto this Giratina just in here. I mean, my other out is the Ultra Necrozma. So Distortion Door, chuck it onto you. And it doesn't really matter who I chuck it onto after that, so you can have it. I'm right in thinking this because I just need a Metal Energy and I'll just hold on to the Viridian Forest for a turn. Yeah. So we shall retreat to the Giratina and Shadow Impact, and we'll chuck it onto the Giratina here. Now, he has to deal with the Giratina because otherwise he's lost. Pretty sure I still have... No, I've got both Ultra Necrozmas in the discard. Okay, so that's not an out for me at the moment. That's unfortunate. So what is my out now? That seems strange. He's trying to get me stuck. Is he really trying to get me stuck? Okay. Can't say I was expecting that. I'll go and pull myself a Guzma in. Ultra Ball. We shall get rid of you. I don't think I want to judge. Nah. Get rid of you two. Tapu Lele, and I've got a Guzma in here, don't I? Yep, fantastic. We shall Tapu Lele down. Go and get me the Guzma. Not really sure what your plan there was, but we'll Guzma up this Mimikyu. And Giratina. And the Giratina pulls us through. Just like that. You need to take out this Giratina because I didn't actually have an option after that. But this deck has flexibility, certainly has flexibility to work around not playing Ultra Necrozma if it's a one prize card trade. I like it. I really do like the Starmie in this deck too. Really do like that Starmie. And it is time to rate this deck. So let's start with damage. And the damage here is awesome. I mean, you can get to whatever number that you need with the Photon Geyser attack. So the damage, you can take down even the heftiest of the Tag Team GX Pokemon. So damage, 10 out of 10. The defense number is decent. The Acerola does certainly help with that, especially if you've started down with a GX Pokemon, you need to go to a one prize card sort of trade. Instead, you can Acerola up one of your 2 prize card Pokemon and then start trading 1 for 1, going more with a Giratina based attacker. So the defense, it has options. It's not the greatest because the Giratina's attack's also spreading damage to your own field, but the defense here I'm giving an 8 out of 10 for. The reliability of this deck is good. It does what it needs to do. You can generally get to the cards that you need. The only issue that I ever found in some matchups was getting enough Psychic Energy in play, which is the reason why Starmie actually came to mind. That might be how we get it into play out of our deck. And it turns out that I didn't have the matchups after adding the Starmie to really utilize that side of things. So it'd be interesting to see what would happen when I got a matchup where the Starmie could come in handy. And, you know, it's got a decent win record behind it already. So I think there are more reliable builds, don't get me wrong. But for the reliability, I'm giving an 8 out of 10. So overall, what do I think? Well, I think this deck is a really good basis for a Starmie build. I do think that there are better options than the Starmie, and I do plan to play around with those options, but this has a good winning record on the online PTCGO with my playing with it so far. So yeah, I'm really happy with the base build with the Starmie. I'm really happy with the experiment, but I do think there are better builds going around, but certainly a 9 out of 10 for me.